Yo, what is going on, guys? Ignition Games here, and today I'm going to show you guys my top 5 recommended class setups to use in hardcore. This is my opinion, so I don't really care if you guys don't agree with me, but this is just my opinion, and I'm just recommending you guys these guns, if that makes any sense. Well done, Alex. But yeah, great grammar there. And so yeah, so coming in at the number 5 spot is the Man-O-War, or not the Man-O-War, I'm so stupid, the KN-44. The KN-44 is such an underrated gun, in my opinion. It's like, I've always liked kind of the AK-47 type guns. They were always really good within Black Ops. Like, I remember in Black Ops 2 it was the AN-94. That was amazing. If you haven't tried that out with suppressor, it was absolutely insane, and I'm sure most people would tell you that. But yeah, really solid weapon in this Black Ops. But as for optics and attachments on this weapon, I don't use an optic. I don't think it's really needed. I think the iron sights are really good, but it's, as I said, it's up to you. You can run it on optic if you want, just to be more accurate with your shots. But if you find yourself accurate with your shots, I wouldn't put an optic on it at all. As for attachments, I always put quick draw on my guns, not really SMGs, because you just don't need it. But I pretty much put quick draw on all of my ARs, and well, I don't really use shotguns really. I just use ARs and SMGs really. But yeah, I put quick draw to aim down sights faster. Then for the second attachment, I put suppressor. Now I'm saying, I pretty much put, out of these 5 classes, I put suppressor on 2 guns, if I'm right. Yeah, 2 guns I put suppressor on, and I don't know, I just feel like the can is amazing with suppressor, especially on hardcore. But yeah. And as for my third attachment, I put extended mag, just because the can just needs it, to be honest. I put extended mag on all my ARs, because most of the ARs have 30 rounds in each mag, and I just think that's nothing for an AR, to be honest. But yeah, as for my secondary, I don't even use secondaries, to be honest. I just put my orange in with probably one of my favorite camos in the game. If you guys haven't known that, integer is absolutely amazing. I know it's royal is kind of the same thing, just different color, but integer just looks so much better. The kind of lime yellow just looks so good. But yeah, I don't put lethals, just saying. It's it's up to you, but I think putting a lethal on is just stupid and hardcore, because just if you throw a nade, and this happens to me I'd say about 40% in a game, I'd say I get I'd say about twice in every game I play, I get killed by a nade by my own teammate when I'm on a streak. It's the most annoying thing ever, and I don't know, I just don't run nades on hardcore. Instead I use concussions, just cause they're just better, to be honest. But yeah, as for perks, I use pretty much the same perks, well, nearly the same perks for all my classes. Overclock, just to earn combat focus. That's my favorite specialist ability, just if you guys haven't known that. But that's if I'm playing hardcore. But if I'm playing or not hardcore, if I'm playing domination or any other game mode, I'd use combat focus. But if I'm playing free for all, I'd use vision pulse, because vision pulse is just amazing, and it's just so overpowered. But yeah, overclock just to get that combat focus faster. Tracker just to see where the enemies are going just around the corner. and engineer just to like re-roll my care packages just because I need it, because I have the worst care package luck ever. Pretty much 90% of the time I get bloody UAVs or like something like that, or Guardians are the worst. Anyway, so that was the number 5 spot. Let's get into number 4. So guys, coming in to the number 4 spot is the CUDA. Now this gun is absolutely insane on like anything, whether it's free for all, domination, hardcore dom, I don't know, core. It's just insane. As for optics, I don't use an optic. I really don't think it needs it. Like, the optic is absolutely insane, or not the optic, the bloody iron sights is just insane on this weapon. As for attachments, I don't put quick draw as I go, guys. I'm actually stupid. As I told you guys that I don't put quick draw on my SMGs just because you don't need it. I just use grip just to like reduce the recoil while aiming down sight. Suppressor, this is the second gun I put suppressor on just because like I literally pretty much every game of hardcore I go into, at least 1 or 2 people are using the CUDA with suppressor. It's just insane. But and it's just really like, well, like obviously it's not as good on hardcore to use suppressor, but like I don't know, I just find it better. As for the third attachment, extended mag, just cause I don't think 30 rounds isn't a lot at all, to be honest. As for secondary, I just threw on the L4 Siege just in case there was like a UAV in the air or like an enemy UAV. But as I said, for lethals I don't put on any, just a concussion really. Perks I put just the exact same as the other ones, just overclock, tracker and engineer. That was the number 4 spot. Let's get into number 3. So guys, coming in at the number 3 spot is the Razorback. Now, to be fair, at the start of in the beta, the Razorback was absolutely insane. It was nearly up there with the Vesper. Like at the start of Black Ops, that gun was absolutely just sensational. But I noticed then when I started playing hardcore that a load of people used the Razorback in hardcore, and I just said I might as well give it a go. And oh my god, is this gun good in hardcore. So as for attachments, or as for optics, I don't run any. I just think it doesn't need it. I don't think really that much SMGs need it. Like even like for example, the VMP doesn't need it. The CUDA doesn't need it. The Weevil, you can put an ELO if you want, but I wouldn't put reflex. I'd put like I wouldn't put any sight in that either. As for attachments, I'd go with stock. I just think stock is absolutely insane this year for SMGs, just to move faster while aiming down sight. And no quick draw again. As for the second attachment, I put grip just to help control the recoil. And as for my third attachment, I put fast mags or extended mag. It doesn't really matter, like whichever one suits you. But as I said, like it depends which game mode you're playing. If you're playing something like free for all, I'd put on like fast mags, just because it's like more like fast paced game mode. Just like if it's like slower paced game modes, then I'd put on extended mag just because it's easier. As my secondary, I might as well change that to like, I don't know, Black Cell. Why not? I just use launchers really, just as my secondaries, just to take down like UAVs or enemy UAVs or whatever. But yeah. Again, no lethals. As for tacticals, just concussion again, and this time I've changed it up a bit. As for perk 1, it's the same, overclock. Perk 2, same, tracker. as my third perk, I put Dead Silence, and this actually works really good. Like, really good, especially on hardcore. You just want to move around silently, and it's just so much. You can be, like, a lot more sneaky and, like, flank the enemies. It's just a lot better. So, that was the number 3. Let's get into the number 2 spot. So, guys, coming into the number 2 spot is probably one of my favorite guns in the game, and I never see people using it. The HVK 30 is just amazing, just so good, especially on hardcore. I know people are saying, oh, Alex, every gun is like good on hardcore, what are you on about? But like, this gun is just so good. But anyway, for optics, I put on a reflex, just cause it's just better on the HVK, really, and just to be more accurate. In the last 3 spots, I just didn't put an optic on it, just because they didn't need them, really, just because they, like, both of them were or 2 of them were SMGs, and 1 was an AR, and the AR just didn't need it. But this one, I just put reflex, because, don't get me wrong, the what do you even call it? What do you call it? I'm so stupid. The iron sight. The iron sights are actually good on this weapon, don't get me wrong, but I just run reflex just to be more accurate. But as for my my first attachment, I put on quick draw, as just because it's an AR. Extended mag, just because it, like, just that 30 rounds just annoys me. And grip, because if you didn't know, this gun has so much recoil. For an AR, it has so much recoil, just to help, and grip just helps control that. Again, just a launcher, I don't know, bloody L4 Siege. Secondary, I just put like an L4 Siege. I didn't use any lethals or tacticals here, just because the spot was taken by reflex. Perk 1 was overclock as usual. Perk 2 tracker, and perk 3 was gung ho. This one is actually good in Black Ops 3, especially if you're just wall running, and or even just like sliding. It's just so useful. So that was the number 2 spot. Let's get into the number 1 spot. So guys, yes, your eyes do not deceive you. In the number 1 spot is probably one of my favorite guns in the game, the XR2. It is absolutely sensational, so good, especially on hardcore. As for optics, I put reflex, just because I don't know, it's just better. As for attachments, quick draw, grip, just to have even more bloody even just to have even less recoil, and rapid fire. I like, this attachment is up to you guys. I was kind of stuck between rapid fire and extended mag, but I was thinking, since this is a 3-round burst weapon, I was thinking rapid fire is better. That's up to you guys. I don't care what you put on it. But yeah. Then as for my secondary, I just used the Marshall 16. As for perk 1, I don't use any lethals or tacticals again. As for perk 1, I use overclock as usual. Perk 2, cold-blooded, just to like not get targeted by like any like bloody Cerberuses or like sentry guns or whatever you want, like. And for perk 3, engineer, just to like re-roll my bloody crappy ass care packages again.